Good morning, everybody. It is April 14th, 2018, 7:07 a.m. Alright, quick video for you guys. We have a major tornado outbreak that is more than likely going to be imminent in the next day to 48 hours, basically from Louisiana all the way through Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee. Major outbreak is predicted to show its ugly face, and that is due to a major spring storm / winter storm Xanto that we are currently dealing with in the middle of the country. You're looking at current temperatures right now. You can clearly see we have those warm temperatures. The Northeast has been very warm. It's going to be about 76 today where I am in southeast Pennsylvania near Philadelphia, but that is quickly going to change due to this front. You can clearly see it's making its way west to east. That's where our weather moves due to the jet stream. We got a crazy lightning situation going on, and this is that front part of that storm that we've been talking about that is going to cause these tornadoes and this outbreak all the way from Louisiana stretching all the way up to basically Ohio. We even have lightning in some of these areas that are getting snow, so thunder snow, if you guys remember that term from some of the winter storms we had back this winter. It is spring and we're still getting winter storms, which is just unbelievable. But every single time you see these green lines, guys, that is a live lightning strike. This is a major lightning event wrapping all the way from Texas through Louisiana. Mississippi is dealing with this, the entire east coast and east side of Arkansas. Basically entire, it looks like a half right now, maybe a quarter, which will turn into a half of Tennessee and Kentucky. We're just talking about massive lightning strikes. The danger here is power outages, fires, you name it. And this storm is not something to mess with, guys. You can see here, these are the warnings and watches going on. These yellows in here are all tornado watches as of now. These are basically ahead of that front. You can see where that is exactly where all the lightning is going on as well. So these charts do match up. You need to be aware of this if you live in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, and that's going to stretch up into Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and maybe even West Virginia. We could come down into the west parts of Virginia and North Carolina. You guys will be able to see here on Tropical Tidbits that this thing is going to make its way all the way to the East Coast, basically putting every state from the center of the country to the east in some sort of warning or watch, whether it be flash flood. There's lightning warnings, tornadoes. We had a tornado in Fort Lauderdale, Florida about 3-4 days ago. That is very possible to happen again, guys. This is not a little spring storm we're dealing with. This is one of the bigger storms I've ever seen. You can see here by Sunday, by tomorrow, this area here is going to be very severe. There's going to be a lot of warnings and watches. They're already going on, but it's just going to get more and more intense as time goes on. And you can see here that this dense red color, this is always what you want to look for. You can match that up to almost 10 inches of rain if the storm stays long enough. Now, these do exaggerate sometimes. They are giving you a ballpark. They're not exactly accurate, but we can basically, based on our past with this chart and these types of storms, we can pretty much guarantee that we know to an extent what's going to happen, and that's tornadoes. And we're dealing with tornado season right now, guys. And I pulled up a chart here. I hope it's still here. Maybe it's not. Oh, there it is. Alright, so this is our average tornado number per month, and we have some years here, 2015, 2016, 2017. Then you look down, and then it goes by month, and you can clearly see April, May, and June are pretty much those months where we get the most tornadoes. Back in 2015, we had 381 confirmed tornadoes in the month of May, just to give you an idea of what these months can produce. Now, we are in April. We're exactly 2 weeks into April, and we've had 47 tornadoes. They have not put the actual number yet, but we average about 174. So, in all reality, we're actually below average right now, but this storm alone, not even kidding, this storm alone may bring that average to above average. And you can see here with the lightning strikes going on, tornadoes are associated with lightning in major ways, and we could just see with this massive dense red color, yellow outer bands, and then the green rain on the outside. This is a big front, and right behind it is all that cold air. So basically you're going to get this wall of rain and storms, and then behind it will be that cold air. Temperatures are going to drop, especially in the Northeast. We don't have a jet stream dip, which is a good thing. But you can see here as this storm moves through Sunday, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky, you guys will be under strong warnings. There's no doubt about that. And as we move farther, some of those deeper reds pick up when we get those yellow blotches in areas of North Alabama and Tennessee. And then it's going to move into the East Coast states. And that's where things get interesting, because now we're getting close to the ocean. The storm is able to pick up fuel. The closer these lines are together, guys, the stronger the winds are going to be. There's going to be very high wind rates in Pennsylvania and New York. You can even bring that a little bit south into Chesapeake Bay. New Jersey, absolutely. If you are on the coast of Massachusetts, Connecticut, Long Island, New Jersey, going all the way down through the Carolinas, Florida, Georgia, there will be wind warnings, and there already are. They're just not showing them on the county-by-county website. We can get rid of this. Now let's take a look at this storm forming, and when you see anything green, that is massive amounts of moisture. That's all there is to it. That's why they make this chart. Very good chart. You can see these storms blowing up along the west coast of Texas, and then moving into, we have Louisiana there. And then look at this green, guys. The green is what you want to look out for. And we have 8 and 9 states completely covered in this moisture. So Texas, Oklahoma, I can name every state from Texas all the way up into Michigan and Wisconsin. And that's, the higher you go, the cooler the temperatures are going to be, and that's where it could be snow. But look at this storm exploding. I don't think I've ever seen anything that big. That is one of the bigger storms I've seen in probably a long time, if ever. This amount of moisture is unreal, and that's why we're getting those readings for 10 and 11 inches of rain, guys. So certainly got to keep an eye on this storm. I've been using Vent2Sky here to try to get some wind readings. There are gusts that are going to push 75 miles per hour. We could be reaching hurricane force winds. Those are not sustained. The sustained is about 40 to 50 once it gets to the East Coast. We are dealing with major winds in this area because tornadoes are wind events. But when I'm talking outside of tornadoes, just sustained winds, probably 30, 40, maybe gusts of 50 and 60 miles an hour. And you see these storms just blowing up over Texas. And right now, that is the fuel for this front that is moving all the way west to east and will affect every single state. Like I said, from Texas all the way up to Wisconsin and Michigan and straight through to the east. Every single state will be touched by this storm, and who knows what's going to happen. The low pressure area is right around here. You can see it spinning counterclockwise, and that thing's going to pass right over New York, and those close lines together is the wind we're going to be dealing with. So basically, as of right now, I'm putting out warnings to Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky. If you live in any of those states, you need to keep on local weather nonstop throughout today and tomorrow, and maybe even going into Monday. Florida, Georgia, west sides of South Carolina and North Carolina, your day will be Sunday. And as we move into Monday and Tuesday, that will pull up into the northeast. And then that wind needs to be looked out for on the coastal areas, especially North and South Carolina, that stick out into the ocean more. The west or east coast of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina, you guys will have a lot of wind, but it'll be more of a wind coming from the Gulf area, so from the west side. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go now. Got to get to work. I will have more updates as we find out more information about this storm. Seriously, if you live anywhere in the Ohio River Valley, you need to be on alert today. Have a great day, guys. Be safe. Take care. Bye.